Hello everybody, my name is Kanamanika and welcome back to the unboxing. It's been a second since I've recorded a new one of these. Yeah, I mean, you may not have been able to tell, but because of the way my schedule works, where I do older stuff on Sundays and brand new stuff on Fridays, but it's been a second since I've done an unboxing. January was just a thin month for me, whatever. Um, but we're back with some very exciting items to unbox. Um, So yeah, let's just jump right into it with today's subject, the SH Figuarts Deadpool and Wolverine Deadpool. I like Marvel characters. um, but funny thing you'll be hearing about in this video and the next video, controversial take, I didn't care much for this film. I thought it was fine, I guess. It wasn't the worst thing I saw last year. However, I found it to be very trite. It had a lot of opportunity to be interesting, but it just kind of wasn't. Maybe that's just the stupid film school brain coming out of me, but like, they didn't. I don't feel like. I mean, they tried in certain areas, but I don't feel like they tried. You know, they just kind of were like, "Hey, things you recognize, things you're a nerd about, whatever." However, you may be asking, if you didn't like the movie, why do you have the choice? For one, I am an addict. I have a problem. But also, I have needed a Deadpool and a Wolverine, like a good version of these characters. And I generally did like the suit designs in this film. Generally, we'll get to something in the next video. And I've seen SH Figuarts Deadpools before. I've seen videos on them, and they have piqued my fancy. So we're going with the new suit from the new movie. So yeah. Anyways, as you can tell, this is a brand new SH Figuarts Deadpool. Let's go over the packaging. The main style of the package is this kind of gray look. It kind of looks like a wall or leather. I can't really tell. It doesn't matter. It's a kind of basic black look, but it fits the Deadpool and Wolverine aesthetics fine enough. We've got the film's logo right here, Marvel Studios Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't like the title either. I think it's fine, but like I feel like they could have done something more with it. We have a concept art rendering of Deadpool here in his costume, which makes sense. They probably based this off of concept art, even though it's been like months since the film came out. Anyways, your usual Bandai Tamashii Nations logos, Bandai Namco, copyright Marvel, designed by Tamashii Nations, and we have a clear window to look inside the package to see a bunch of the stuff this comes with, as well as text right here that says the SH Figuarts Deadpool from the film, and the SH Figuarts quote in some nice squiggly text because, hey, Deadpool. On the top, we get a little bit more of the window, so you can get a little bit more of a look. Not much more of a look at the figure, but a little bit more of a look on the figure. SH Figuarts Deadpool from the film, and Deadpool's little logo. On the bottom, you get, this is the American release, so it has the sticker, but you get a promo render of Deadpool, as well as the name of the figure, as well as some promotional stuff. On this side, you finish off the concept art, Deadpool, SH Figuarts, the Deadpool logo. On this side, you get him in one of his kind of postery poses, Deadpool, SH Figuarts, you know the drill. On the back, you get your average promotional images, Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine. You get 3 different posed images of him from the promotional stuff. Simple Style and Heroic Action. You get an image of him holding the head pool, which we will also get to, him using his dagger, his baby knife or whatever, and his gun, him using 2 of his katana, and a loadout of a bunch of the accessories he comes with, which I'm pretty sure is the same as the Deadpool 2 version. And legalese. However, without further ado, let's get into Deadpool. This is the figure I'm more excited about. I kind of had to have the pair because, you know, it's the movie, but this is the one I'm mainly looking out for, because I prefer Deadpool over Wolverine as a character a little bit. Anyways, here we go. This is a look of everything that comes in the plastic tray. It's a lot of stuff, which is surprising for an SH Figuarts release, as we'll see with the next one. This guy comes fully loaded, though I imagine it's part, because I'm pretty sure this figure is at least a partial of the, or at least has basically the same accessories, and I imagine has engineering similarities to these Deadpools they've been doing for Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2. Which is why they were able to include even more stuff with the head pool there. But first, let's take a look at this. This is a separate hand tray because he comes with an absolute batshit insane number of hands. He comes with, okay, so what we have are on him, he has open hands, and we have fists. I believe these are katana gripping hands. These are for the little titty dagger thingies that he has. The little spades, I don't know what they are. Gun holding hands, thumbs up hands, which also work for the daggers, I think. Finger gun hands, the heart hands, sort of flight kind of flattened palm hands for like karate chops and whatnot, and kind of like action open splayed hands. All of them are very nicely painted and sculpted. I imagine it's the same as the previous Deadpools. There might be one or two more that are new. I don't know if the previous Deadpools came with these, but I'm pretty sure most of these hands are the same as the ones that Deadpool figures have been getting for years now. But they are expertly painted and sculpted. They got the little bit of red, mostly black. They have that nice texturing, and they have the gold at the front, which is just so pretty. It's a nice flat gold, which is nice to see. Yeah. Anyways, there's more accessories to get to by opening this tray. Yeah, it doesn't have tape. Give me a second. There we go. Yep. This is where more of his notable accessories come in. Though it is great that he comes with a ton of expressive, like, hands and whatnot. Yeah. So, first off, most boring accessory, we'll get out of the way first. This is a tool. This is not for him, this is for you to be able to swap out the eyes easily. I forget where exactly it applies. I'm not sure if you push it in on the front or you take the head off, push it in from the back, but it's nice. And then also, in terms of more utilitarian stuff to get out of the way, this is a Headpool stand. This is so that you can clip onto Deadpool's arm and have Headpool just kind of floating there. I would have also appreciated a Tamashii Nations Act 5 stand adapter for Headpool. Though I imagine you can clip this onto a Tamashii Nations Act 5 stand. Is this... No, that's a Figma. I'm not gonna grab one of my Sailor Moon ones. But I'll check. I imagine this little C-clip which goes on the arm can also fit onto one of those, maybe. Though, yeah. Anywho, knife time. On his leg, he comes with the knife sheathed. However, it also comes with this unsheathed version of the baby knife holster that fits onto the leg. And it also comes with a holdable version of his knife. Nicely painted, nicely sculpted. It's a fairly basic knife sculpt, but it is very nicely painted. The black, the gray, the very nice shiny silver. And it's a bit sharp, so be careful. Anyways, moving on this side, we have more option parts, which I love. I think that's what appeals to me about the Figuarts Deadpool. He comes with so many weird option parts. He doesn't just come with the basic weapon loadout. Anyways, he also comes with separate eyes. So here we have a pair of happy eyes. They're kind of tilted upward. Very nicely done. Simple, but effective for a Deadpool. Since Deadpool is such an expressive comedic character, I think it makes a lot of sense for him to have these option parts. I wish more Figuarts had these option parts, but hey, at least it's here. These don't seem too different from the usual eyes. I believe these are more wide eyes, which I'm sure have a variety of purposes, but also help with expressiveness. And finally, we have more squinted eyes for when he's more angry or action ready or whatever. Again, nice to have eye options. Moving on to the other side, here we have something that I'll probably put on him immediately. Katanas! They're kind of sandwiched there, but first off, let's look at the sheath. This goes on his back. I'll probably immediately be putting it on his back, though I am glad they packed it separately for the sake of not damaging the pieces. These are removable with a little bit of force. You can remove them, though they are just the hilts. You can't actually put the katanas in there, though that's fine enough. I don't like the paint chipping if you used actual sheaths, so yeah, simple enough, but they look nice, and they put the copyright on there, it seems. So that means it'll be mostly hidden behind the back, which is nice. Anyways, this is an addition from the Deadpool 2 one. He has gun holsters and guns. The Deadpool 2 one, from what I could tell, didn't have actual guns for one reason or another. But this one includes guns that you can remove from the holsters. I think the original one just had the holstered guns and they were glued in. But for this one, you can take them out, like with the Deadpool 2 version. And let's look at those guns. Some people will be annoyed that these aren't the third act guns, the golden ones. I don't mind. Again, I didn't care for the movie, so I think these are less gaudy anyways. It would have been nice, though. I'm sure these are easy enough to customize, especially if you have one of the prior SH Figuarts Deadpools, because I'm pretty sure these are the exact same mold as the one from Deadpool 2. Yeah, basic guns, but it's always nice to get some action figure-sized firearms. Next up, we're getting to the actual figures in this set, because it's kind of a two-pack, because Deadpool's a separate guy. Alright, for those of you who don't know, Deadpool, he is just the head. To be more specific, Deadpool is the Marvel Zombies universe version of Deadpool. In that universe, everyone gets turned into zombies. Deadpool also gets turned into a zombie, but he stays kind of fourth wall breaky and like sane. I mean, he's already insane, but you get what I'm going for. It doesn't turn into a bloodthirsty zombie. I mean, all the zombies kind of have a level of sanity, but you know. He mostly stays sane, but he also turns into just a head with like a propeller that kind of floats around. He barely exists in the movie. He just kind of makes a couple quips in a cameo, but he seems to have been a prominent part of, like, concept art, I guess, to the point where multiple toy companies have made versions of Deadpool. And this one is quite nice. I like the material they used for the propeller hat. It looks very nice. I like that the propeller is movable. Other companies have included a special head propeller thing that looks like it's in motion. That would have been nice to include, but I do like that it's at least posable. The skull itself is simple, but very nicely done. I kind of wish there was a bit more sinewy, like, remains on the skull, but the eyes are really nice looking, very nicely done, and I do like the way that the texturing of the costume looks. Yeah, Deadpool is nice. A neat accessory. I don't think I needed it, but, might as well, I guess. From what I can tell, this Deadpool is about as expensive as the other Deadpools have been as they were released. So it's not too big of a deal. I don't think it increased the price by all that much. I'd have to check. This figure is pricey. It's like $90. And it is more expensive than the Wolverine, who I believe is $80 or $85, but I think it's worth it because he comes with a ton of fucking accessories. Anyways, now let's take a look at Deadpool himself. He's got some plastic in him around the torso. Ba-ding, ba-doom. Alright, so this strap is sculpted. Okay. Let's get some of his stuff onto him. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. This falls out. I've seen it on other reviewers. The baby knife holster seems like it falls out far too easily. I've got it squeezed in a little better now. He does feel kind of made out of like a softer-ish material than I'm used to in a lot of... It might just be the texturing, that kind of basketball-y texture that basically all MCU suits kind of have, but he does feel a bit softer than your average SHF, in materials at least. Let's get his stuff on him while we're here. So this goes here. They are keyed, so... No, it doesn't. This goes here, then. They do have letters, and they are also keyed. Yeah, they're keyed, and they have letters, so you will not get them messed up. And that, okay, the gun holsters feel nice and tight. Let's get those in, and let's put the guns in the holsters. Fashing. Yeah, those are loose, so don't flip him over while he has the guns holstered. Uh, Otherwise, they will fall out. They will. This side might not fall out. This side definitely will. This side feels a tad tighter. I don't know what that's about. Let's get the katanas on his back to complete the Deadpool look, because in my mind he always has that on. And here we are. The red is definitely a bright red. It's not as pink as promotional images and like the box have you be led to believe, but it is a light, less dark red than either of the two Deadpools, which I think is accurate to the film. The film does dirty it up a lot, which would have been nice. I would have appreciated a dry brush, I guess, but again, I'm kind of using this as just, this is my shelf Deadpool. This is the Deadpool that'll go on my shelf and work. So I don't mind it too much. I'm fine if he looks a little brighter, and that makes him look a little more like a comic book character, honestly. His proportions are nice. He looks solid. He's got a nice range of butterfly movement in that shoulder there. His shoulder pads are more rubbery. I kind of wish they went with the more Kamen Rider-y style, but they get out of the way fine enough. Full rotation. They do swivel, though again, these are going to limit it. The shoulder pads are going to limit it. Double jointed elbows, no real wiggle. Hands are your usual SH Figuarts hand pegs. You saw the neck, double jointed. This feels a bit awkward aesthetically, the bottom part of the neck, but he's able to look up. He's able to look down a lot. Yeah, he looks nice. Let's look at the torso. So, 2 segments, not able to swivel a ton, able to get fairly decent amount of side to side, not able to go back too far. That's some decent crunch. Not a lot of crunch is coming from the top. All your crunch is coming from this bottom segment, which does have a bit of a split right there, which is nice and appreciated. He does have the Spider-Man-esque kind of butt flaps, which I know not everybody's a big fan of, but they work to me. Able to kick forward. They allow him to kick back as well, allow him to do a lot more action poses, and still look fairly nice. Out, okay, that's a bit awkward, because out is limited by, there's these parts. I think they're very stiff on mine at least, so they do kind of clash. I think if you want to get out, it's ideal if you go like that. Or heating up these to make them a bit softer. Thigh swivels. He does have thigh swivels. They're a bit tight. And yeah, that's where the baby knife falls off, because he has some tight joints. And this is very loose, this connector. I'm worried about losing that a little bit. Double jointed knees. Not able to kick all the way back, but it works. And boots. There's swivel. Okay, that's good swivel. And ankle pivot, not the most, but it is serviceable. And toe bend. Again, I'm pretty sure this is, even if it's a new sculpt, it's working on the bones of every other Deadpool they've done. It is very similar to, say, the Deadpool 2 figure or the Deadpool 1 figure. It is, from what I can tell, accurate to the new suit design for this film, which is a good suit design. It is very nice looking. Let's look at his back briefly. Very nicely painted. There's a little bit of, I guess, fade, which is not appreciated, and it's not, the split here isn't the cleanest, but most of the line work is done very nice, very cleanly. People will complain about the lack of a wash, though. I think that's probably the biggest paint complaint that most people will have. It's not as big of an issue for me, because again, this is meant to be kind of a comic-y Deadpool for me that I'll be leaving on the shelf. So I don't mind too much. I need him to go with my Spider-Mans. Anyways, yeah, I do like this figure. If I had another Deadpool, I might not have gotten it, but, yeah, I recommend it, especially if you like the film, unlike me, or if you just like this Deadpool look. I do think this is a serviceable version of the costume. If you're a bit less enthused, it may make more sense to go for the Marvel Legends one. That one looks fine. It looks a bit cheaper to me, but yeah, it works. I think this figure is neat, though. Yeah, let me know what you think of this figure in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of the movie. Tell me how I'm wrong about this movie. I don't know, I just didn't vibe with it, I guess would be the term. But hey, I didn't really grow up with the Fox X-Men movies. That's probably why. Um, yeah, this was a fun figure. I do really like it. This is probably the best thing to come out of the movie, this figure is. Um, yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments below. Also, do all the usual YouTube stuff. I do really appreciate it. It's been great to see the growth that we have seen at the start of this year, and I hope more of you are willing to tag along, even if you are annoyed about my movie opinions. This won't become a thing on this channel, probably. I might put video essays on the side channel, but we shall see. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this little video, this little coverage of this figure, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!